greatest hits.
It's John Leslie live from the Library Bar. This is the Edinburgh Festival Fringe, and with me now is a man who's been described as a great storyteller whose ability to provide riotous entertainment deserves to net him a wider audience. He is one of life's true eccentrics, and being a man who exists at every angle to the rest of us. Is that a good description, Mr. Tom Allan?
It's a nice description. Yeah, I think The Guardian said that about me.
They
Yes,
did,
it's
yes.
very nice. Yes, and yes, it's definitely true.
Well, I was expecting an eccentric
response.
Yes.
I should have just said cabbages or something.
Yeah,
but
and dressed eccentrically.
Yeah, well,
Black and white
it's
today.
a bit early for me. This is middle of the night, really. No.
Okay.
But it's yeah. So I'm sorry, I'm not more eccentrically dressed. But we could paint a picture for your listeners, if you like, that I'm here in a dressing gown.
Yes, let's do that. A smoking gown.
Smoking jacket or something.
The new show's called Lifestyle.
That's right, yeah.
Which is about?
Well, it's about a number of things. Essentially, it's about not worrying about what other people think, but largely as well, it's about the fact that I used to dress up in Victorian clothing as a teenager to try and disguise the fact that I was gay. It was a flawed plan. And that's what I talk about. And I sort of talk about being eccentric and being different, I suppose, or feeling at odds with the world around you.
So I take it you're in a much better place to, talk about things like that and actually make something of it now.
Yeah. I think now I'm a bit older. Now I'm 31. I know I don't look it, but I now feel like you can. I've found once I've reached my 30s that you don't care so much about what other people think. You're able to sort of process things in a much more kind of distant way. And I like storytelling. That's kind of my approach to stand up anyway. So that's it's sort of everything seems a bit clearer as the older you get. So
from what you're saying is, do people, when they're coming out with things, is it because of the way they were dressing, would try to hide things, rather than kind of working out a way to deal with it?
Yeah, I suppose I always am fascinated by the sort of weird things that human beings do. So they're presented with a problem, and they don't always deal with it in the most rational way.
Yes.
And so for me, it was dressing up in strange clothing in a way that obviously let on that I was gay more than hid it. But yeah, so I'm always fascinated by the peculiarities of what human beings do, and the fact that you kind of, we're all weird and the world doesn't make sense. And if it did, I wouldn't have a job.
Right. And so you don't dress up or anything, you just straight stand up with your experiences?
Yeah, basically, yeah. And when I do dress up a bit, because I like to make an occasion of it. I mean,
Darling.
it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, darling, so...
So are you a funny kind of gotwan?
Well, I don't know about that, John. But I do dress up, and I play the piano as well. So it's it's a very nice sort of beginning to people's evening on the Fringe, I like to think. It's very nice. It's at the Stand on Queen Street, if any of your listeners know it, which is a perfect comedy club. And the room I'm in is like a little drawing room.
Okay.
And it's I'm very pleased with how it's been going. So.
Did you get much feedback? Is there much interaction with the audience?
Well, hopefully they laugh, so that's kind of the main feedback.
Always helps.
But I do a bit of interaction with them, but they don't nothing too frightening. I think audiences always get scared if you go, oh, there's loads of interaction, as though they're going to get dragged up on stage. But then people always do that. Audiences always go, oh, I don't want to sit at the front, oh, I don't want to be interacted with. But those are the people who always love it, really.
Okay. So are you more into the comedy side of things, or a bit of a fashionista?
Well, my background is as a comedian, and
Right.
it's just an approach to it, really. I think all you can do with comedy is represent the world how you see it, and you just have to you have to be strong in your shoes and just go, no, this is how I see things. And I've been doing stand-up for, nearly 10 years in January, and I just came back from supporting Sarah Millican on tour.
Yes, I was going to ask, how was that?
Oh, great.
What was that like when the phone call came in?
Well, it was lovely. I mean, I have known Sarah for a while, so she's a friend of mine.
She's lovely, isn't she?
She's lovely, and we had a great time on tour. But there is something very scary. You learn very quickly about going out in front of 2,000 people and them not wanting to see you. They come to see Sarah, so you have to win them over. And so I do come from that. That is my background in doing kind of clubs and sets where you walk out and people are like, well, it was this. Oh, what's this all about? And you learn to have a thick skin and to be funny quickly. And to keep calm, and so that's my background, really. But
if you can do that, you can do the Fringe.
If you can do that, then you can just about do
anything.
the Fringe.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the future then after the Fringe, Tom?
A holiday, I hope.
Have you made any money?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it might be a camping holiday.
Right.
Even more camping. And what else have I got coming up? Some other shows and some touring things. But yeah, I mean, for now, I'm just enjoying being here. And it's 4:15 every day at the Stand.
The Stand, and it's called Lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
Lifestyle. Okay.
Life/style or
Slash
lifestyle.
style.
You can say it however you want.
And
But yes, Tom Allan, Lifestyle.
Great. Thanks so much
Thanks
for
so
coming
much
in, Tom.
for having me, John.
My
Real
pleasure. I was waiting on you giving me some lifestyle tips there, but I'm glad you didn't.
I wouldn't dream of it. hugely impertinent if I had.
Splendid. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much.